Alright, starting it up.
All right.
Server group assigned.
Let me know if you can see it.
Yeah, let me open it up so that that'll help me be able to. Let me mute that.
User joined your channel.
What up?
What do?
What it is,
And we're
what it do.
just right. All right. So you just want to go ahead and get in it?
Yeah, dude. So let's start with like what is D&D? So I've played it once, but I'm not too sure if everyone else has. So what exactly is it?
I mean, so a little bit of the background. So D&D originally came out back in the 70s. Gary Gygax, all that. It's had a tremendous amount of influence on games in general. Most any game that you play with a stat system takes inspiration from it. Most any game with any sort of RNG style, like do you hit or do you not hit, that is pretty well starting from D&D as well. It's an incredibly foundational part of gaming as a hobby. Video games, really anything other than well, even a lot of board games use a lot of the things that were pioneered by Gygax back in 1974.
So I remember I
Uh,
used to play Neverwinter Nights on the computer, and I had no idea what the fuck it was. But I got in there, and like the text was saying, rolled for something critical hit, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but my guy's murking shit, you know?
yeah, Neverwinter is actually it was a splat book that was produced for D&D Third Edition that they ended up making into a game. So Neverwinter, it was a D&D setting storyline that was converted into a game, into an MMO, all of that.
Nice. So what are we gonna be doing tonight?
So, what I plan on doing here is fifth edition. It is fairly new, only a couple years old at this point, but it's got a lot of good content in it. It's a lot more accessible because it's not quite as number crunchy as some of the older editions were. And so I figure it'd be a good idea to kind of show what it's about to go through the process of creating a character, go over some of the options, and just see how it goes.
Awesome. Let's get into it, man.
All right, so first off, you'll want to pick a class. So there are, I believe, 9 classes, 12 classes. Yeah, 12
Yeah.
classes. And very, very broadly, you can either be a uh, battler or a spellcaster. You can
Mm-hmm.
either hit stuff with a sword or you can use spells. And there is quite a bit of overlap, so you can be a guy that mostly hits people with a sword or a hammer, whatever, and also has some spells, or you can be a guy that has mostly spells that occasionally hit somebody with a sword. So, is there, you looking at the list of classes, is there anything that kind of jumps out at you that you like the sound of? I mean, these
Yes.
are all kind of typical RPG style classes that we should be fairly familiar with.
Yeah, I'd like to be a bard.
All right. So bards in 5th edition, they are a full spellcaster. That means that they get the full gamut all the way up to the ninth level spells, which are the kind of spells that can completely reshape the world. In D&D, let me scroll down real quick. So, things that you can get with your ninth level spells in as a bard. Well, a bard has an additional feature that lets him get any sort of ninth level spell that he wants when he gets up there. But just out of his particular list, you can mass polymorph things, so you can turn, I believe it's 8 different things into, no, 10. So 10 things, you just snap your fingers and they're goats, rabbits, or they are dinosaurs, or they are any sort of creature that you can imagine. In
Interesting.
addition, you could uh, use your arcane secrets to get the meteor shower, which that drops a meteor shower. Funny that in a, let's see, a half-mile range or a 1 mile range, you drop 4 different areas that are 40 foot wide, and you just absolutely nuke the area. So I mean,
Jeez.
these are your big level things. I mean, those are for extremely high level characters. So a bard, they are they at the core they are musical. So the first thing we ought to do is set up your stats now that you've decided that you're going to be a bard. So if you will hop over to the point buy calculator, we can do all of that real quick.
Where is that?
That would be the second link that I had sent you, so it'd be another tab.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so the primary way that people select their stats is with a point buy. This is just a nice, easy, lightweight way to do it. So the way that it works is you have your 6 stats: strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, and you just assign points up. I mean, it's a fairly standard stat generation method. You've probably seen it in isometric RPGs or any sorts of RPG style games. So the bard's primary casting ability is their charisma. They are singing their magic. So you probably want to go ahead and bump that all the way up.
Which one is that? Charisma?
Yeah, charisma. We'll get to your race here in just a moment. So down at charisma, if you bump that up, you can go to a maximum of 15.
Okay.
And then you get your racial bonuses on top of that. Assuming that you choose a race that has a bonus to charisma. So to go through the rest of the stats and why you might want to take those, strength, they are for carrying carrying things, various feats of strengths, lifting things, carrying your loot, wearing heavy armor if you spec into being able to wear it. All sorts of interesting things can be done with strength. Dexterity is how quick of limb you are, how easily you can dodge attacks, so it affects how easy you are to be hit, how fast you move in combat, so how high you go in the turn order gets a modifier to dexterity. Dodging dangerous spells. If somebody fires a fireball at you, then you have to dodge out of the way, otherwise you get roasted. Constitution, that is your life force, your vitality. So that is, if you get poisoned, you'll have to make a Constitution check. You have to, see if you survive the, if you are going to be greatly affected by the poison or not. Various other spells, in addition to being your max HP. Intelligence is, it's intelligence. How smart are you? How well do you remember information? There's various skills that affect off of intelligence. How well do you know your history? How well do you know your magic in a manner that is outside of casting your spells? And then wisdom is more of a street smarts or a you, you know what wisdom is. It's the counterbalance to intelligence. The difference between a greatly intelligent person that doesn't know how to tie his shoes and you know somewhat of an idiot, but he keeps himself out of bad situations, and that keys into a couple of abilities. Lots of mind-altering magic target wisdom. So you have another 18 points that you can spread throughout your stats. For a bard, I would typically recommend to up the dexterity and constitution, just because those are going to be some key stats for you just in
User
terms
joined
of
your
staying
channel.
alive.
Okay.
And I would usually leave intelligence as my dump stat and not really worry about it too much.
So we had somebody
also-
ask what the campaign is.
This game is, if anybody has seen the movie Red, it is kind of based off of that. This is designed to be a one-shot, just a single game and we're done. But it was kind of designed off of the movie Red, which is a bunch of old action stars. They're playing older characters in the movie, and it's kind of a comedy action based around the fact that old people are fighting. And I thought that might be interesting to make a game out of.
Cool.
So, without getting too spoilery, you would be it would be a bunch of retired adventurers that are suddenly called back into battle. Maybe a old villain has come back, or perhaps a new one. You'd have to join the game,
Right.
which I will be shilling for later.
Okay.
So, that seems to be right here. Seems to be a pretty even spread. I see that you chose halfling as your race. Was that just something that kind of jumped out to you, or was it just something to kind of be a placeholder?
Yes, I would like to be a halfling.
Okay. So there are a couple of halfling subraces. Let me pull those up. There is the Lightfoot halfling and the Stout halfling. So, a Lightfoot halfling would make a very good bard. They do get the bonus to charisma. And then they are also kind of tricky. They can hide behind people that are bigger than them, which, as they're a halfling, roughly half the size of a human, should be a lot of people. Maybe not a gnome, maybe not a pixie, but you would definitely be a little sneaky.
Okay.
There is also...
Yeah, I saw the other two.
Okay.
The stout and the ghostwise. So yeah, I'll go with the Lightfoot.
All right. So you'll take the final scores, the total score that is in the slightly lighter area, and you will plug those stats into your into your stat page in the Roll20 app.
Okay. Where do I put that in?
So on the left, you see the strength, dexterity, constitution. Just
Yep, I do.
Yeah, okay. So you'll set your strength down to 8, I believe you had it set to. It is the 10 there that you'll need to move. Yep, so that will be down to 8, then 15. Nope, you had it at 15 because you had your bonus to dexterity. Yeah, it's the total score.
Okay.
Okay, so with this, now this sheet automatically calculates a little bit of stuff for you. So it has already done your saving throws that you're proficient in, which the bard has charisma and dexterity. Now it would be time to pick your uh, skills. Just to the right of the Constitution stat, you should be able to see a list of all of the stats in the game, and you are able to pick any 3 of them as a bard. You just hit the check if there's any of them that you want a little bit of a explanation on exactly what they do. I can give you one.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, just you'll just click on the box to. There you go.
All right. I chose 3.
All right. All right. So from there we would roll your HP, which at first level actually doesn't involve HP and involve rolling. You just get 8 plus your Constitution modifier. So if you scroll back up slightly, you have your HP, and you will put in 9 as a first level bard. All right.
Okay.
User joined your channel.
What's going on,
Hey,
dude?
everyone.
Hello, hello.
Howdy.
We're doing some D&D stuff, man.
I know, and I actually just got onto the D20 website, just created my account, so just wanted to drop by and be like, hey,
Sick.
I want to play. If you'll
I
have me,
mean,
of course.
Of course. This is a character that's being made for a one shot that I kind of have planned eventually. Assuming that I can get people to join in on it. We have sneak preview. We have Chet Manley, is a retired barbarian man. He raged so hard in his youth. He's been confined to a wheelchair.
Chet Manley. That's funny.
But when suitably persuaded, he can reclaim his axe. And if he psychs himself up first, he could charge back into battle. So, he's a elderly old man. He's kind of designed off of a character from a old second edition villain that while he is raging, he has full use of his legs. While he's not, he is a kindly old man who is unfortunately confined to a wheelchair. But he's still,
Okay, we got roughly 10 to 15 minutes left.
okay. So we'll move this on along a little bit. So, from there, you would select your spells. So I will give you the link to the bard spells real quick.
Ooh, D's gonna be a bard?
Yes.
Yes.
Sweet, good choice.
So there is a link to that. You get, at first level, you get 2 cantrips and 4 first level spells. So cantrips are spells that you can cast whenever.
I get how many of those?
2 of them.
And then 4 of the first level ones?
Yes. If you want me to give a quick explanation of the spells, I can just kind of ask me about which one, and I should be able to. I think I know most of these.
Yeah, most of them are kind of self-explanatory. What's True Strike?
True Strike, it allows the next strike that you make to be made with advantage, which is where you roll 2 dice, take the higher of the 2. It's a bit of a trap spell. There's a couple of uses for it, but for the most part, it's better to just make 2 strikes. Unfortunately.
What is Vicious Mockery?
Oh, that is the bardiest of all bard cantrips.
User
You
left your channel.
viciously mock your enemies until they feel physical pain and cannot strike anymore.
What the fuck?
You
That's
come
great.
up with a quippy one-liner, and they have to make a wisdom save or take psychic damage, and
Okay.
they have disadvantage on their next strike. It is
Alright.
the bardiest of all bards.
So that's definitely one of them.
Okay. Is anything else kind of jumping out at you?
Yeah, I was looking at prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Yes.
That is kind of your generic wizard things. You can make things clean, you can make things dirty, you can make lights in your hand, you can make little illusions. It's
Alright, so
really any sort of magical trick.
I'd like to do Friends and Vicious Mockery for my cantrips. And for first level, Fairy Fire
Okay.
Good choice.
and Tasha's Hideous Laughter. And I need 2 more, right?
Yes.
Song of Rust.
What'd you call it? What roast?
Song of Rust.
Oh.
Nope, that is a bard mechanic. They just get that. That's not a spell they cast.
Oh, that sucks.
Healing Word. Which one? Do I have Dissonant Whispers yet?
No.
Okay, I'll do that one.
Hey, Coupon, is there a character sheet somewhere that I could like look at or download or copy?
He is currently producing one in here. I am kind of helping him
Okay.
out just a little bit.
Oh, no problem.
If you look on
Not that
the
important.
stream page. Okay, so what were the other 2 spells that you were taking?
I
It
think.
was Healing Word.
Which one's
and-
better at healing? Cure Wounds or Healing Word?
Healing Word is better at overall healing, but Healing Word can be done in addition to another action and is ranged.
Okay. I'll do Healing Word, and the 4th one was Dissonant Whispers.
Yeah. Alright.
Can I get a link to the streaming channel?
Yeah, stand by.
Cool.
Alright.
Many
So
thanks.
I have your spells in. I'm just gonna do a quick copy paste for your other features. So as a bard, you have your bardic inspiration. It allows you to sing a little ditty to inspire your allies to make them more proficient at anything that they do. Then, in addition to your spellcasting, at slightly higher levels, you become better at doing really anything. You get to add half of your proficiency to all of your skills. So you're half as good as a trained person at literally everything, and then you have your own areas of expertise.
Okay. All right.
Yep, so these are the basic features of the bard. At higher level, you have more healing. Just as one more thing, the main separation between different players of the same class in 5th edition is your subclass. So we'll just we can pick that, and that'll be kind of the close of your character creation.
Okay. Where's the list of that?
So there is here. I will just go ahead and link it to you. So there's the wiki page. It should automatically jump you to the Bard College. There's the College of Glamour, the College of Lore, Satire, Swords, Valor, and Whispers. So, the College of Lore really leans in on your spell casting. You get more spells, you get more spells from other classes. You just get to say, I think clerics have this cool spell. I want it. The College of Satire is kind of based off of a, the court jester. The College of Swords is kind of drawing inspiration from sort of like a sword thrower at a carnival or something, whereas the College of Valor is more of a metal bard, like the front man for like a really, really metal band. Swords and Valor are good subclasses for if you want to be a mixture, somebody that gets in there and fights with a sword in one hand and magic in the other. Whispers is good for the sneaky bard, who kind of, it seems weird, but then again, you do have spies and history being the most powerful person, because you never expect the bard to be the one to be sneaking.
So I'll do that then. I'll do the College of Whispers.
Okay, so with that, you have the ability to make psychic blades. So when you make an attack, you can just send psychic blades at that person and automatically hit with that.
Nice.
One of its really thematic things is, if somebody dies near you, you can just capture its shadow and you can turn into that person.
For how long?
It lasts for an hour.
Damn.
So you have the ability to just you can kill a guard and transform into him and walk right into the palace without anybody noticing.
Very interesting. Okay.
So it is a it is a very thematic setup. It plays very deeply into the idea of sneaking around and doing the doing sort of the dirty work of sneaking.
It looks like we got a few people in the Discord chat that are interested in joining the campaign.
Nice.
And yeah, Coupon will be giving you guys the information for that, on how to get everything set up and joined in on his campaign. Right after this, he's going to make a post on it.
Yep. All right. So, is there anything else that you were wanting to know?
So
about?
I've got my character who's a bard, College of Whispers. I've got kind of low intelligence, but I'm very wise. I'm super charismatic. Pretty, what is it, flight-footed?
Yes.
Very flight-footed.
Very nimble.
Nimble.
Hey, but he doesn't even lift, man.
He doesn't lift. No, he needs to get some gains going on.
Right.
And I've chosen my name to be Fart Master Flex.
Nobody expects Fart Master Flex to be the one sneaking in anywhere.
It's true. It's true. Well, cool. So, yeah, when does everything start?
I am currently running a campaign. It is unfortunately full right now. I will let anybody know if we have a availability for a spot in that campaign. I would, however, love to run people through various one-shots. For the one that I am getting set up, that there's a bunch of crotchety old adventurers dragged out of retirement. That one seems like it could be quite a bit of fun to run. And who knows? You might see Fart Master Flex.
Yeah, dog in action. I'll have to step in for one of the nights and see how it goes.
All right.
But yeah, appreciate you going through that with me, man. And this is a lot different than when I did it with my buddies in person. I think this was a lot easier, having it online.
Do you know when it was that you had played last?
Yeah, it was last year. We played some kind of Warhammer thing.
Okay, yeah. There hasn't been anything Warhammer related released for 5th edition, so it's probably running off the framework of 3rd, which, while very customizable and deep, was very, very number crunchy. You had to, based off of your intelligence modifier, you got this, which affected your constitution, which affected this, which affected that. And
right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we had a bunch of cards and shit that we had to calculate stuff on.
Yeah. So, 5th edition, I think, makes a good mix of really still being able to do what you want to do, but also being able to, just play without needing a degree in math. Or, a stack of books tall enough for a halfling to hide behind.
Right. Or Fart Master Flex to hide behind,
Yeah, I mean, he's very sneaky, but
it's true.
We don't want to make it too easy on him.
Well, awesome. Well, I appreciate you going through it, man. Thank you very much.
All right.
And
No problem.
yeah, I'm gonna take a little break, and then I'm gonna hop on some PlanetSide.
Yeah.
All right. I'll probably join you on that.
All right. Sounds good. And everyone watching, appreciate tuning in. Thank you very much.